From Los Fresnos, Texas, as we got a good matchup here of volleyball powerhouses this year as the McHi Lady Bulldogs are in town to take on the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. They're getting ready to announce the players. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer, let him do the talking, and I'll talk in a moment.
Number 3, Olivia Tye. Number 4, Maddie Helmkamp. Number 5, Sabrina Garza. Number 6, Maddie Garza. Number 7, Haiti Moore. Number 9, Andrea Tovar. Number 10, Alexa Ramirez. Number 11, Selena Sainz. Number 12, Audrey Zamora. The Lady Bulldogs are led by head coach Paula Dodge and assistant coaches Michael Ramirez and Gino Reed. And now we would like to announce your 2019 Lady Los Fresnos Falcons. Number 1, senior defensive specialist Danielle Galag. Number 9, sophomore defensive specialist Evelyn Rios. Number 10, sophomore setter Jenica Leal. Number 11, senior defensive specialist Alessandra Carrillo. Number 12, junior middle hitter Victoria Hernandez. Number 15, freshman libero Corey Reyes. Number 19, junior defensive specialist Stella Stamball. And now, the starting lineup for your Lady Falcons. Number 3, senior setter Clarissa Esquivel. Number 4, senior middle hitter Jasmine Garcia. Number 5, sophomore outside hitter Mia Brown. Number 7, senior middle hitter Gio Malloy. Number 8, junior outside hitter Tate Alford. Number 16, senior outside hitter Ari Gallampo. Number 22, sophomore libero Cadence Castillo. And now, would everyone please rise?
Back for the starting serve after this.
Thanks for watching Rio Sports Live.
Rio Sports 5, number 1.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Labor Day party.
It's the Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale where you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12 grand off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Back here on Rio Sports Live after the playing of the national anthem and the two teams having been introduced, we are set to go with the first serve of this one. McHi Lady Bulldogs on a Saturday on the road taking on the Los Fresnos Falcons. Marcus Clark on the camera. I'm Joe Bowling with you here, bringing you the play-by-play of this one. Our first of two broadcasts coming your way here today as we're here for this volleyball matchup. And then tonight I'll be down at Sam Stadium for the matchup with the McHi Bulldogs football team on the road taking on Lopez. One big factor in today's game, I'll go ahead and talk about that right now. A missing ingredient from the normal recipe that is the McHi Lady Bulldogs is that Lexi Gonzalez, their 6-foot senior outside hitter, will not be here today for this matchup. She's on an official college visit for the University of Kansas. And so congratulations to her on being on the road, and we'll take a look at this team and see who steps up. I talked to Paula Dodge while the teams were warming up, and I said, okay, what's the Bulldogs look like without Lexi Gonzalez? She said it looks like a team that somebody needs to step up, and we'll take a look and see who does. This Lady Falcon team is embarking on a tough journey for this team as they have this matchup here on this Saturday. And a week from today, they'll be on the road at McCallum Memorial for a tri-match as Laredo Alexander, McCallum Memorial, and Los Fresnos all set it up. Take a look at this crowd that's here on a Saturday. Here at Los Fresnos, expectations are high for the Lady Falcons. On the other side, the McHi Bulldogs brought a tough crowd here as well. And I talked to some of them and said, hey, are you here all day and heading over to Brownsville tonight? In most cases, they said, yes. We're ready to serve here. Jasmine Garcia stands at the service line for the Lady Falcons of Los Fresnos, and the student section already going nuts over there for the Falcons. First serve on the way. Short serve, played by Zamora. Second hit over by Helmkamp. Played by the Falcons, tipped over, looking down the line, nothing doing. Ball back up and a spike across off the net. In the net it goes, point McHi, and Los Fresnos scores the first point of the game. Falcons leading 1-0 as Clarissa Escobar will serve it up. Short serve across. Good pass this time by the Bulldogs. Off the net this time to Maddie Helmkamp. One hands that over on the back row. Still on the back row. Tate Halford will tip it over. Played by the Bulldogs with a jump set in the middle. Tipped over. Diving play there on the back road by Clarissa Escobar. Keeps it alive. Ball at the net as Mia Brown was right there. Can't get it across the net. Points scored for McHi. We're all tied at 1 apiece. We do appreciate you joining us for the broadcast here as we have this volleyball set up. Back at the line is Maddie Helmkamp for the Lady Bulldogs. Serves an ace up, and it's a 2-1 McHi lead. Helmkamp serving up the ace. And just because they don't have Lexi Gonzalez, don't kid yourself. This team is loaded with talent. Another serve, an ace, as it glances off the net and scores a point for Helmkamp. 3-1 McHi. Helmkamp ready to serve again. With a jump serve, it's in the net. Point scored. She was dancing on that thin line, getting those just ever so slightly over the net. Got the first carom on that second serve. This one in the net. Tate Halper back to serve for the Falcons. High archer to the back row. Pass by Audrey Zamora back there as the libero. Tipped over. Good chance here for the Falcons to set it up in the middle. Spiked over. Right back on the Falcons side on the defensive play. Mia Brown off the net. Punches it over. Played by the Bulldogs. Zamora becomes a setter. And looking down the line is Alexa Ramirez. Got it to go. Point, that's Selena Signs. Signs on the kill right down the line. 4-2 lead for the Lady Bulldogs of McHi. Back to serve is Sabrina Garza. Jump serve across. Pass by the Falcons, set it up in the middle, and Jasmine Garcia can't put it away. Helmkamp was there to dig it. Another chance here for the Falcons. The pass by Halford. High set, left side, tipped off the block, kept alive. Bulldogs sustain the rally. Over, back on the Los Fresnos side again. A quick set this time for Garcia. Puts it down with authority. Well, you could see that coming as the balls were getting easier and easier coming back over on the Los Fresnos side to work with. And with a quick set, Jasmine Garcia able to put it away. Garcia back to serve. Bulldogs return it. Up at the net, tipped over. Falcons set up Brown on that outside left. In the net called on the Lady Bulldogs, and we're all tied at 4 apiece. Most every hit you see between these two teams will be contested by at least one player at the net. In this case, there was the player a little too close, called in the net. Garcia had to pause before the serve. Now Jasmine puts it in play. Zamora can't handle that. That's an ace. Falcons on top. And again, that student section over there is making a lot of noise for the Los Fresnos Falcons. Back of the line is Garcia to serve. Short serve. Zamora with a pass. That's back on the Los Fresnos side. Falcons quickly set it up to Brown off the double block. Played on the back row by Helmkamp. This is Zamora setting it up, tipping it over as Olivia Tight at the net. Ball back on the McHi side. Better set this time. Swing across, played on the back row by the Falcons. Garcia tips it to the back row. Zamora there. Helmkamp with a pass. Jasmine Garcia digs that. Middle hit, and down it goes for the Falcons with a thunderous kill. Right down central. 6-4 lead for the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. Back of the line is Jasmine Garcia. We'll get that camera over there in that student section here in a moment. It is just a raucous bunch over there. Tip over at the net, blocked by the Falcons, kept alive by Helmkamp. How about that play? Ball back over, out of bounds it goes, and the Falcons are up by 3. Timeout called by McHi. Los Fresnos at home. Tough place to beat this team. Right now on top. Back after this.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Hi, we're McHi Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. I told you they were going nuts over there on Los Fresnos side. That's the student section making a ton of noise. Timeout was called. 7-4 lead for the Lady Falcons and a serve across. Helmkamp races over to set it up. That's at the net, off the block on the Falcon side, still alive. Chance here with a free ball for the Bulldogs to work with. Second hit over. Garcia there. Set up by Escobar, and the swing by Brown. Played by the Bulldogs. Helmkamp from the back row to Zamora. Garcia, another pass. A quick set in the middle, tipped over. Diving play to keep that alive for the Lady Bulldogs on the front row. This time, Alexa Ramirez. Ball back over on the Falcon side. Back to McHi, golden chance here. High back set, that's a tough look. Back over on the Falcon side is Halford. Now to Brown, off the block. Bulldogs on the longest rally of this game. Set it up on the outside, block back at you. Ball still alive. Falcons set it up middle. Off the net, played by the Bulldogs as the rally continues. Second hit over, Garcia races back to that. Kept alive, another free ball off the net, point scored. There's going to be a great chance for McHi, but when you factor in the net, which took the pace off of that ball coming across, they couldn't adjust over. Bulldogs, and an ace is served up. 9-4. Jasmine Garcia, a good rotation back at the service line right now for the Lady Falcons. Serves it into the net. Scores a point for McHi. It also gets Garcia off the service line and out of the game for the moment. Ada Sadlier back to serve for McHi. Sadlier ready to go. 9-5 game with a jump serve. Played by the Falcons. Set it up off the net. Mia Brown on that right side. Blocked right back at you. Point McHi. Andrea Tovar, a 5'8 sophomore up there at the net. And back to serve is Sadlier again. Jump serve this time deep. That carries out of bounds. So a service error for either team here in game one. And two teams that normally limit that kind of play already with one each. Mia Brown back to serve, gets it across, and that's going to be played by the Bulldogs over. Real good chance here for the Falcons. Set it up in the center, tipped it over the blockers. Zamora back there to cover that ball. Another chance here for the Falcons. Brown with a pass. The set by Escabel. That's on the Bulldogs side. Set it up left side with the left hand. That's over. Back on the Falcons. Back to the Bulldogs side. Every good play has a groan from this crowd. Down the line, in the corner. A kill for Alexis Ramirez. 10-7 your score. Substitution in is Maddie Garza, the 5'5 senior, will check in for the Lady Bulldogs. Garza ready to serve. Just gets it across. That is an ace. 10-8. So while we've had some service errors in this game, we've also had some terrific serving for these two teams. Stella Stambaugh now in the game for Los Fresnos, checking in on the back row. Ball over. Halford dives to keep it alive, and it's spiked right back at you by Helmkamp. Halford did what she could to keep it in play. Helmkamp said, thanks for the set. Put it away. 10-9 game, timeout.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
We'll go ahead and bring it back here as the Lady Bulldogs over there talking things over. And in one way or another, you wouldn't expect either team to run away from the other. I want to go back to Lexi Gonzalez not being here for the McHi Lady Bulldogs. Again, the talent is so rich right now for the Bulldogs. Their freshman team has been rolling over teams since the season began. They even entered a tournament at the Pound Fest as that ball lands in for the Lady Falcons and gives them a 2-point lead. Back to that freshman team, they played right with some of the varsity teams through the summer when we were covering the Highway 83 leagues over in Donna. And then the JV squad went 3-1 in pool play over at the Pound Fest against varsity competition. So anyone that steps up, yes, it's a big miss right now for Lexi Gonzalez, but certainly by no stretch does it mean that this team is beatable just because she's not here. That's blocked back at you as the Falcons get the point on a kill attempt by Maddie Helmkamp. Serve over. Bulldogs set it up on the back set. Here come the Falcons, a real good chance to set it up in the center. Swinging away, dug by the back row that time. Great play by the Bulldogs to keep this one alive. Jump set, Halford, left side, good. Halford rotating front. What you have to watch for is as Halford rotates through here, right behind her will come Jasmine Garcia, and they instantly become double trouble across that net. Coach Paula Dodge coaching up her team, also talking to the official to make sure everything's in check. She sends her captain over to have a conversation. Our broadcast brought to you in a big part by one of our title sponsors, which is Hacienda Ford, located in Edinburgh, Texas. In the mood for, in the need for a used car or a new vehicle or service to your car, Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, one of our title sponsors, and we'll talk a little bit more about them as the broadcast goes. Block by the Bulldogs, and a point scored for McHi. 13-10. Olivia Tite, 5'7" junior, back to serve for McAllen. Bulldogs serving has been some problems for the Falcons to return. That one's a diving return. Quickly set up. Bulldogs missed a chance to get a good hit out of that. Falcons coming right back at you now. Jump set middle, tipped over. They're setting Gio Godoy, who's at that front row. That's spiked across by the Bulldogs as they take advantage. 13-11. It's one thing to score points off of great plays against these great teams, but you start setting them up on return of serves and passes. Put yourself behind the 8 ball in a hurry. Halford reaches back for that. Played by the Bulldogs. Middle. In the net it goes. Point scored. Los Fresnos maintains the lead. They're up 3 at 14-11. Back to serve is Cadence Castillo. Castillo, a right-handed server for the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Good pass this time by the Bulldogs. Set up Signs, gets it over on the Falcons side. Here's Garcia. Down it goes. Point scored. You get Halford coming through there, and then Garcia rotates in. And whether it's Halford on the outside hit or Garcia right down central, you just can't get enough blockers in place when the Falcons have balls to work with as far as being able to pass and set. Here's Signs. That's going to be a lift called. And a point to the Lady Falcons, and they're up by 5. Biggest lead of the game here. Los Fresnos in game 1. Castillo serves again. Bulldogs with a pass by Signs will try to set her up on this left-hand side. Punched over. Falcons looking for Halford this time on the outside left. Got it to go. Halford again with a kill. Now a 6-point lead for Los Fresnos. Back to serve is Cadence Castillo. Another timeout call. McHi going to talk it over. Lady Falcons on their home court, leading in this one. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a fifth wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy duty bumper, $14,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas. Back here after the timeout, Lady Falcons to serve it up with a 6-point lead here in game 1 of this best of 5. Signs gets it over. Played by the Falcons, a high set for Tate Halford, reaches back for the extra, puts it away. Tate Halford that time with a huge reach. And when she gets that kind of approach, good things usually happen for the Lady Falcons. Back to serve is Castillo. Deeper serve this time, Signs with a good pass. Back set for Helmkamp, off the block, point McHi. Maddie Helmkamp extending off that right side on the outside hitter. Back to serve now is Tovar, 5'8" sophomore Andrea Tovar. Game 1 here of a best of 5. Later tonight, we'll be at Sam Stadium for football action. That's down the line, played, might have been going out. Falcons get it to Halford, get it over. Bulldogs on the back set for Signs, swings away, and point scored. 2 players did all they could for the Lady Falcons to keep that in play. Nothing doing too much on that by Selena Signs. Audrey Zamora back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs of McHi. Deep serve, carries out of bounds. Falcons up by 6 again, and now on the verge of that 20, which is so important when going to 25. First team to 20 gains an advantage, if not for a moment. Bulldogs trying to return the serve. Helmkamp keeps that alive somehow. Ball over on the Falcons side. High backside. Here's Halford attacking off the block. Got it. Point 20 is scored. And Halford shows you that she can go outside left, outside right with equal power. It all starts with the approach. Back to serve is Clarissa Escobar for the Lady Falcons. Serve is just across the net and out of bounds on the return. Point Los Fresnos. 8-point lead for the Lady Falcons. Back to serve is Escobar. Gets it over, played by the Bulldogs. Good pass up near the net, punched over. Falcons set it up in the middle to Garcia. Off the block, point scored as Jasmine Garcia seals another point for the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Our thanks to the Los Fresnos School District for allowing us to broadcast the game, and thanks to John, who was the IT specialist helping me. Set up for the Bulldogs. Played over on the Falcons side. It can't handle the pass, and a point scored for McHi. We connected normally as we do here when we come to Los Fresnos, but had to make a call to John, and he was down there on the island, South Padre Island, one of our advertising sponsors. And he was enjoying some time on the Labor Day weekend, but took the time to assist us in getting back on the air. Zamora with a pass. Helmkamp with a set. Signs, delivers. Sometimes it's that easy with the hitting power of Audrey Zamora. Or Selena Signs, that was. Helmkamp serves it. That was carrying out, but it's played and a point scored. Mia Brown, about the time she got her hands up, realized I shouldn't do this. Couldn't get him back down in time. Serve coming up for Helmkamp. Falcons on the return of serve. Set it up for Brown. Off the block. Played back on the Falcons side. Setter again. Blocked again. Punched in the air. Free hit coming up for the Bulldogs. Helmkamp sets it on a back set. Swinging away. Diving play on the back row for the Falcons. Keeps it in play again. Punched over with the left hand. That carries out of bounds. Good thought that time by Jasmine Garcia. She saw that back row was wide open. Tried to use the offhand to ease it in there, nothing doing. 22-17 game. Halford off the net on the right side. Punch right back over. Great play that time by Tite just to keep it in play. Next thing knowing, here comes another spike, and this one's down by Garcia. And now they'll call that off a tip. And a point scored for the Lady Bulldogs. Timeout called. 22-18, 4-point game. Game one continues after this.
Hi, we're the Road 9 City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
I want to bring it back here after the timeout. Fans watching, I see some comments coming across. Football games, let me explain a little bit what happened last night with football. First of all, on Friday night, we're not allowed to have live video. We can have it here for volleyball, which brings the excitement level up to another level. That's in on an ace. And now it's a 3-point game as this Bulldog team is reaching back for another gear. So on Friday night, UIL rules dictate we can't have live video. So therefore, we have to do a video recording. And in some cases, we had some brand new staff that were doing the recording of the games, and multiple things were going on. A hit by Garcia, point scored. Tonight, the football game will be live, and it'll be live video. Thursday, we've got 6 stadiums that we're going to come to you with live video from. And then next Friday, we'll be back with the audio version of the broadcast. Halford serves it across for the Lady Falcons. Jump back set for Signs. Down it goes. Selena Signs again. Reminding you, at the end of this match between these two teams, we'll be naming our She Has It Player of the Game, brought to you by Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it for you, a great Ford dealership being one of our title sponsors. In the net, called to Los Fresnos, point to McHi. I've talked about it during other broadcasts that if you're going to draw a line in the sand, it has to be at point 23. Just over, played by the Bulldogs. Jump set, middle, tip, right back over again on the Falcons side. They'll go to work, tip it over. That is out of bounds and a point for McHi. By drawing the line at 23, you don't have to play perfect volleyball. You can still be aggressive, but you certainly defend everything you could, or you can, coming at it. Jump serve across. Pass by the Falcons, and they can't get this set out of that, and we're all tied at 23 apiece. Back to serve Sabrina Garza. You can see the student section over there, which is the volleyball teams, the freshmen and the JV teams that are here for McHi. Jump set middle. Garcia thunders it down. 1 point lead for the Falcons. You talk about making certain on that one, Jasmine Garcia, no doubter. She'll serve. Falcons trying to take game one. Bulldogs on the return to serve. Back set to the right side. Down it goes. Point scored. McHi ties it up. In the world of volleyball, welcome to overtime. You have to win by 2 as we both got to 24. No cap, so we'll just keep going until someone leads by 2 points. Ada Sadlier, the 5'10 sophomore, back to serve. Small jump serve across. Halford on the return to serve. Falcons set it up. This is Godoy. Good play on the back row by the Bulldogs. The pass in the net. Point Los Fresnos. Lady Falcons go back up 1. They'll serve to win game 1 as Mia Brown steps back to the line. Gets it over, and a diving play keeps it alive. Good chance to put it away. Godoy off of the block. Point scored. Falcons win game 1. 26-24. That's just one game. Best of 5. Game 2 coming up.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on Real Sports Live as the McHi Lady Bulldogs are on the sideline talking it over between games 1 and 2. They managed to come back in that game. They were down by 6 points late. Ended up losing by 2 in game 1. Want to send a shout in the direction of some of the college coaches who are watching. Got another nice message from one earlier this week thanking us for bringing the volleyball, the expanded volleyball coverage here. Saying they normally like to try to take a peek down here and recruit in this area. And this coverage that we've been providing has allowed them to keep tabs of all the players of interest and gives them a chance to look at some players that may not have been on their radar. It's not the first message I've received from college coaches and recruiters, and I'm certain it will not be the last. Makes us proud of what we're doing here on Real Sports Live. We're working on the logistics of the quality of the video and the presentation. But just to deliver the product out there, to allow fans to get a look, and in this case, college recruiters to see the players. That's first and foremost the goal. we're accomplishing that. We'll get better as far as the view, television production capabilities. It's all coming. Our appreciation again to the advertising that is coming in that allows me to expand and try to start training individuals. I know we had some guys making their debut last night as far as broadcasting some of the football games. And some of the fans were questioning who's where, who's doing this, who's doing that. Others were complimenting. And so I ask you to give these guys some encouragement, and girls as we get them employed as well. Some of our technicians that are producing the games at some of the schools and stadiums in which they're providing us the feed, that too is in essence a job that resembles some of the functions in standard television on switching and keeping track of the commercial content. And so we're giving experience on that level. Just another advantage to what we're doing here on Real Sports Live. Long break there between two games as they still haven't established yet the rotation for the Lady Bulldogs of McHi. And now we're ready to go as Clarissa Escobar. A 1-0 game. So the Falcons were given a point. That's what happened, a rotational error. Serve across. Bulldogs on a jump set and down the line. That sails out of bounds. 2-0, so the Falcons were given a point before that even served up as a rotation error by the Bulldogs. Now a serve over. Bulldogs set it up in the middle, and Sadlier tries to put that away. Played back by the Falcons, back on the McHi side. Helmkamp there, jump set for Signs. Dug by the Lady Falcons back there. Again is Castillo, and a point scored for Los Fresnos. They go up 3-0 out of the gate. This Falcon team has started to hone in on elevating their game. Still a couple weeks away from district play for this team. Serve over. That'll be a rotation error again on the Lady Bulldogs in a 4-0 game. As Los Fresnos, 2 of their 4 points have been without a ball in play. Escobar's been serving from the start. Just gets it over, played there by the Bulldogs. Set it up on the left side. That goes down on a kill by Alexa Ramirez. Ramirez on the kill. Back to the line is Selena Signs. Signs listed at 5'8", another sophomore on this team. Pass by the Falcons, set up Halford on the right side. Good dig that time by the Lady Bulldogs. Set it up this time to Tight. Diving play keeps it alive for the Falcons. Back on that back row, Ari Gallardo that time made that play. Can't keep that one alive as the Bulldogs score. And when McAllen can get you doing what was happening right there, and that is just diving, just scrambling, just keeping balls alive, advantage McHi. Service error goes off the back row. Point awarded to the Lady Falcons. Halford serves it over. Signs on the pass. Helmkamp on the back set. Spiked over by Sadlier. Point scored for the Bulldogs. 5-3 game. Ayla Sadlier, sophomore. Tight's a junior. Helmkamp's a junior. Garza, Sabrina Garza, that is a sophomore. Tovar, a sophomore. Signs, a sophomore. Zamora, the junior, back as a libero. Youth on the McHi team. And by the way, they got a JV and a freshman team that's just coming. Jump set this time for the Bulldogs, looking for the tie, or trying to cut back into this lead, down by 3. Ball back over as Zamora with a pass. Helmkamp with a set. Hit across this time by Tite. Points scored, Bulldogs. Tite got the kill. Substitution in the game for McHi, as this is Maddie Garza. Garza, Lexi Gonzalez, and Alexa Ramirez, your only seniors on this team for McAllen. Granted, that's a lot of firepower, but they are loaded with talent coming up. Ace served up. Points scored for the Bulldogs. 1-point game. Garza back to serve again. Just gets it over. Played by Brown on the pass. Back set for Mia Brown off the net. Punched over. Bulldogs chance to tie it. This is tight. And point scored. 6-6 game. Olivia Tite on the kill. Garza to serve again. Falcons will pass it. Free ball coming up. Bulldogs set it up and punch it over. Out of bounds. Point scored for McHi. They go up 7-6. A lead here in game 2 as Garza serves. Just gets it over, played by the Falcons, Mia Brown. Helmkamp there. Signs tips it over. Falcons set it up on the net, played back over on the McHi side. Signs, now a back set, tipped over. They're looking for Tovar to put that away, nothing doing. Brown tried to get a kill for the Falcons, ball still alive. Set it up here, and down it goes. Point scored as Gallardo gets a kill. Ari Gallardo ties the score at 7 apiece. Game 1, it was back and forth. The Falcons ended up taking a 6-point lead. That evaporated as that ace comes just over the net. Served up by Mia Brown. Brown back at the service line, ready to go with another. Another ace as Brown serves back-to-back aces. Mia Brown to the chance of her student section over there. Screaming, "We will win." At least I believe we will win. That's their call. Brown with the pass this time. Set it up in the middle. Tipped over. Punched up by the Bulldogs. Diving play. All-out effort by Audrey Zamora. Just out of her reach. 10-7 game as Brown will serve again. Mia Brown lets it loose. Nearly served another ace. Free ball coming over for the Falcons to work with. Center set. Godoy punches it over. Bulldogs right back at you. Block back on the Bulldogs side. 4 hits called. Points scored. Los Fresnos, they're up by 4. 11-7 game. Yes, we've got high school football action coming tonight from Sam Stadium. Just across, that was nearly an ace served up. Ball tipped over by the Bulldogs. Helmkamp gets the point. Maddie Helmkamp, she's got great vision over there. It's always a luxury when you have someone that rotates front row that can be the setter, can turn into a hitter, but then has that vision to place those second balls over and score those kind of points. Helmkamp here becomes the hitter, spikes it over, dug by Castillo. Swing and a block, off the block, point Falcons. Godoy hammered it right at the blockers. It falls on the McHi side. Back to serve is Gallardo. Signs with the pass. Set it on a back set, blocked by Halford. Ball back over on the Bulldog side. Free ball for the Falcons to work with here. A set by Escobar. Godoy tips it over, got the point. Godoy had a ton of room to work with over there. Timeout called. When you see that kind of hole open up in the defense, coaches generally talk. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close. We're this close. We are this close.
Of a
identity. To making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a...
I told you they got a big section over there chanting Rio Sports right now. We got the student section for the Fresnos Falcons over there making some noise. They've been active all day. They haven't sat down since we got here. 13-8 the score as the Falcons of Los Fresnos won game one, 26-24. Bulldogs came back in game one when they were trailing by 6. Serve over. Played by the Bulldogs. A high set for Signs. Rockets it over. Played by the Falcons. Great pass. Godoy tips it over. Got another point. That is not easy to play off that back row. When you're diving head first, Castillo, just to keep a ball in play, but managed to pass it to your setter. Lightning good play right there. Gallardo to serve again. Short serve played by the Bulldogs. Set it up on a back set for Helmkamp. Looking down the line, that goes out of bounds. 7-point lead for the, they'll call a tip. Tip called on that hit. So a 5-point game as the Falcons will not serve. The Bulldogs will. Audrey Zamora back at the line. Just across. That was 2 hits. Ball still in play. Bulldogs set it up in the middle. Spiked over. Back there to dig it is Castillo. Godoy looking to the back corner. Won't get it. Point McHi. 4-point game. Zamora back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. Jump serves it over. Played by the Falcons, Godoy. Here come the Bulldogs. This is Helmkamp. One hands it over. Back row there for Castillo. Set up Halford on this left side. Good play by the Bulldogs. Again, keeping that one alive is Sabrina Garza back there. Leads to a point as it's put away at the net. 3-point lead for the Falcons. Bulldogs serving again, Audrey Zamora. Zamora gets it over. Deep serve. Played on the back row by Gallardo. Set up Brown. Swings away. Blocked and kept alive by the Falcons. Free ball for the Bulldogs of McHi. Center set off the net by Sadlier. Played by Castillo. Ball back over. Another free ball. Set her up again. No, this time they'll go to Signs. Down it goes. Called it earlier in the game. When all you're doing is returning this ball and keeping it in play, they're not going to quit on the McHi side. These hits are going to keep coming. Timeout called. 2-point game.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. Two more points scored by the Lady Falcons, and they go back up by 4 here at 16-12 in game number 2 of this best-of-5 series. Castillo back at the service line. Gets that over. Played by the Bulldogs. Set up Signs, and she puts that down with authority. Selena Signs coming right back at you for the Lady Bulldogs. Back to serve is Maddie Helmkamp. 5'7" junior. Jump serve over, and an ace served up. Helmkamp able to direct that ball with great confidence. Pinpoint accuracy as she brings him across. Another near ace. Ball on the Bulldogs side. Can they set it up for Signs? Yes, they do. Block back at you. Point, Los Fresnos. Signs had the approach. Delivered with the hit. Jasmine Garcia there with Tate Halford on the double block. Back to serve is Clarissa Escobar. Escobar gets it over. Back set this time. Signs tips it over. Ball over the net. Diving play by the Bulldogs to keep that one alive. That's an all-out effort. Here's Halford. Another dig. Back-to-back plays by Sabrina Garza. Ball back over on the Falcons side. Set it up high in the middle. Garcia tips it over. Back corner, got a point. Didn't take a big hit that time, just took a well-placed hit. And the Falcons go back up by 4. Back to serve is Escobar. Escobar serves it over. Played by the Bulldogs. Back set. Signs. Blocked it back at you. Point Falcons. That time Mia Brown was part of that celebration up there at the net for the Lady Falcons. Serve over. Short serve. Another diving play back there by Sabrina Garza. That's off the block. Point scored. Falcons go up by 6. 20-14 the score. Escobar to serve again for Los Fresnos. Deep serve. Good pass this time by the Bulldogs. Second hit over. Played by the Falcons. Set it up this time for Mia Brown. Tips it over. Signs with a pass. Helmkamp with a set. Signs with a hit. Dug by Castillo on the back row. Brown gets it over. Zamora with a pass. Helmkamp sets Signs again. Off the block, and Castillo digs that. High set, and at the net, nothing doing. Point McHi. The way that one was going, you were expecting something huge to cap off that rally. Bulldogs down by 5. Selena Signs back to serve. Pass by the Bulldogs, set it up, and Jasmine Garcia. Nice dig by Helmkamp. Ball at the net. And over the net, called on Los Fresnos. Point McHi. Garcia couldn't resist the temptation as that ball was right there in her view. Just reached over the net above the official. Free ball for the Bulldogs. Helmkamp races over, back set. Played by the Falcons. Set up Halford, one hands it over, and the net called McHi. Points scored for Los Fresnos. Lady Falcons up by 5 at 21-16. Tate Halford back to serve. Just over, played by the Bulldogs. High set to Sadlier, block back at you. And the blocking right now of the Lady Falcons controlling this net. Back up by 6. Halford serves again. Zamora with a pass. Helmkamp, one hand set, tipped over. Played by the Falcons up at the net. That's punched over with a left hand for Garcia, got it. I want to go back to that set, though, by Helmkamp. Reached up with just a right hand, fingertip set. But then Garcia puts it away. Timeout called on the floor. McHi trails by 7. Bulldogs trying to stay in contention here in game 2. Falcons looking to take 2 in a row.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
Back here after the timeout. Serve over, played by the Bulldogs. And a spike goes down by Olivia Tite. That's the thing. Generally, when either of these two teams calls a timeout, the team that calls it responds, as these two coaches certainly know how to get the most out of their players. Falcons trying to return this one, and will on a diving play by Mia Brown. Ball right back over. A diving play again, nothing doing. Point scored, McHi. Defensively, Brown was there. Escobar, an all-out layout dive. But the Bulldogs secure the point. Back to serve is Sadlier. Ball up and an ace served up by Ada Sadlier, and it's quickly a 4-point game. Sadlier strolls back to serve again. Just gets it over, and another ace by Ada Sadlier. 3-point game. Falcons gonna talk. Bulldogs coming back for a second game in a row.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Both teams coming out of the break as the Lady Bulldogs of McHi. And I'm telling you, the student section over there for Los Fresnos has been vocal. The student section, which consists of the entire volleyball makeup of McHi right now, trying to match them in intensity with these chants. Serve across. Brown plays that off the back row. Halford can't handle a pass as it's sailing backwards, and a point score for the Bulldogs. Not much to work with there for Halford. Another serve for the Bulldogs of McHi. Sadlier, shorter serve this time. Ball over the net, played over. That's in the net, McHi. And a point to Los Fresnos. Chance now to serve for the win. Back of the line, Jasmine Garcia. Good pass this time by the Bulldogs. Free ball for the Falcons, trying to put it away and win game two. Godoy played by the Bulldogs. Set it up and off the block this time. Brown keeps that alive in the back row. That's Brown on the front row. Ball back by the Bulldogs. Signs off the back row kill attempt and kept alive. Back over the net it comes. Bulldogs again. Set it up, Signs, back row kill and in on the back row. Just in, said the official. Didn't matter which way you called that, you were going to get a groan from one side or the other of this gym. 2-point game. Back to serve is Maddie Garza. Just gets it over, played by the Falcons, punched over with the left hand. Bulldogs respond, Helmkamp. Castillo there to dig that. Free ball for the Bulldogs. Jump set in the middle, tipped over the block. Nice cover that time by Mia Brown. Set it up, Godoy. Diving play, kept alive by the Bulldogs as that was tight. Laying out for that. Castillo can't keep that one in play. Point, Bulldogs, 1-point game. 24-23. Bulldogs extended it to a 26-point game in game one, trying to at least get it to 24 each here. Halford on the return to serve. Godoy on the kill attempt. Played by the Bulldogs. Here's Signs. Tips it over the blockers. Got the point. Ties the game. coming from behind for a second game in a row. The Lady Bulldogs tie it at 24. Back to serve is Maddie Garza. Garza gets it over. Brown on the pass, second hit over. Bulldogs trying to take the lead. Spiked over, that stays out of bounds. Falcons up by 1 at 25-24. Back to serve is Mia Brown. Brown gets it over. Pass by the Bulldogs. Free ball for the Falcons. Good chance to put it away. Pass wasn't there. Bulldogs now with a chance to tie. Back row Signs, tries to become a setter. Helmkamp turns, puts it down for the point and ties the score. That's your hitter turning into a setter, and your setter turning into the hitter on the outside as Signs and Helmkamp show some transition capabilities. Back to serve is Sabrina Garza. Garza gets it over. Deep serve played by the Falcons. Back over on the McHi side. Set it up. This is Signs and puts it down. McHi takes the lead. 26-25, and the Bulldog faithful making some noise here at Los Fresnos. As Sabrina Garza will try to serve and win game 2 and tie this series at 1 apiece. Short serve, out of bounds, tied up at 26. She had a good idea crossing that sideline. Just missed landing that in. Ari Gallardo back to serve for the Falcons. Good pass by the Bulldogs. A high set. This is Selena Signs. Diving play by Castillo. Ball kept alive. Back on the Bulldogs side. Another high set center this time. And ball still alive. Challenge at the net. Still alive. Bulldogs on the attack again. Back row attack this time over. Castillo there to play it. Ball up to Halpert. Swings away. Played on the back row again. A good dig by Zamora. This is Signs. Tips it over. Falcons right back at you on the attack. This is Halpert. Blocked. Ball at the net. Tipped over. Signs gets the point. Bulldogs back up by 1. All-out effort again by these two teams. Challenging for anything scored here this afternoon. Bulldogs serving, trying to win game 2 again. Ball over on the Falcons side, punched over in the net, called on the Bulldogs. We're tied again. 27 apiece. I always refer to this as overtime in volleyball when you get beyond that 25-point mark. Cadence Castillo to serve. Good pass by the Bulldogs. Signs off the set. Got it down. Point Bulldogs back up by 1. Checking in for the Lady Bulldogs. Alexa Ramirez will check in the game. Maddie Helmkamp back to serve. You can see over there they're checking at the scorers table just to make sure everything's in place as the score clock had went out there for a moment. 28-27 your score. Maddie Helmkamp ready to serve for the Lady Bulldogs of McHi. Just over, ace, and the Bulldogs win game 2. 29-27. Game 3. We're guaranteed 4. Back after this.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a labor Labor Day party.
The Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale is going on now. You can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Back here between games 2 and 3 at Los Fresnos on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks again for joining us. DeMarcus Clark on the camera. I'm Joe Bowling with you here on Rio Sports Live as we bring you live volleyball action between the McHi Lady Bulldogs and the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. Our thanks again to the fine folks at Hacienda Ford for becoming one of our title sponsors, assisting us greatly in broadcasting these games. In the market for a new car or a used car, our service on your car, Edinburgh, Texas, Hacienda Ford, the place to stop. Also want to remind you the next big event in San Benito coming up Saturday, September 21st, as the South Texas Music Festival is the next big event. From 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock, all kinds of music and fun and entertainment at Haven Park in Bowie Street, San Benito, Texas, the South Texas Music Festival, the next big event in the city of San Benito, who is also one of our title sponsors here on Rio Sports Live. Game 1, 26-24, with the Lady Falcons winning. Game 2, Falcons appeared to have that one in the books, but the Lady Bulldogs of McHi said, wait a minute, extended it, and got the 2-point win. First serve of Game 3 coming up.
Lady Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Hi, we're Edinburgh Cougars, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
City of South Padre Island, also one of our title sponsors, and we are eager to await the results of a couple of meetings that have taken place over the last week. And hopefully we have some exciting news regarding the City of South Padre Island and Rio Sports Live. Volleyball action here this afternoon. Football action tonight on a Labor Day weekend. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be. Those watching on social media, on our Facebook, please share the link. That seems to help get the word out more so than any of what we're doing here on Rio Sports Live. If you're on our YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel so you can keep track of the other games going on. Serve over by Los Fresnos, and away we go in game number 3. Bulldogs set up of Helmkamp. Played back over on the Falcon side, set it up for Halford, tipped over. Bulldogs set it up on the signs, and she smashes that one. Selena Signs set enough of this. Took it right down the sideline for the point. First point to the Bulldogs as Maddie Helmkamp sets up at the service line. She'll take a deep approach on this. With a jump serve, it's across. The pass is too far, tipped over by the Bulldogs, covered by the Falcons. A spike, block back at you. Falcons try to attack again, punch it over. Bulldogs coming at you. High set, Signs tips it over this time. Brown is there to cover it. Garcia gets it just over the net. Nice dig by Sadlier. Ball off the net this time for Signs. Back corner, Gallardo's there to play that. This is Garcia, tips it over. Racing back there is Sabrina Garza for the Bulldogs. Hit across by Alexa Ramirez. Ball back over to Brown, tips it over this time. Covered by the Bulldogs. Right back on the Falcon side. A long rally here for point number 2 in this game. High set this time. Here's Signs again. Puts it away. Signs, second kill of the game. 2-0 Bulldogs. Selena Signs with 2 thunderous kills to start game 2. Helmkamp will continue to serve. That was an extremely long rally. for just the second point of the game. Time was called while one of the Lady Falcons, Clarissa Escobar, was getting her shoe tied. One official saw that, the other didn't. Now the serve over. Played back on the Bulldogs side in the net, call this time against the Falcons. And McHi out to a 3-0 lead to start game 3. Generating some extra energy off that game 2 thrilling win. That serve over and back over it goes. A quick 4-0 lead. Timeout called. Los Fresnos. Becky Woods says enough of this. Down 4. Bulldogs race to the sideline to Paula Dodge. Falcons will talk back after this.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next...
Another one of our title sponsors there, Alpha Men's Primary Care. 2 locations, one over in Harlingen, the other in Edinburgh. In the far McAllen area, we do appreciate everything they do to extend our coverage capabilities here on Rio Sports Live. Now, multiple individuals have come across to me trying to say, hey, Joe, I want to be part of what you're doing. Let me partner up. Let's partner up. Let's get together and put something big together. And in most cases, the conversation eventually drifts to, well, we could do this if we had an editor. We could do this if we had another camera operator, if we had play-by-play guys. Everything was about hiring individuals. Well, as long as these advertisers keep coming in, the hiring of individuals will assist us in moving forward. Work is being done here on the foundation. And the numbers are showing as we continue to grow. Spike across by the Bulldogs, carries out of bounds. 2 points scored by the Falcons, makes it a 4-2 game. Back to serve is Halford. Deep serve played by the Bulldogs. Jump set on a back set for Signs, takes it off the block, but Halford's there to cover that for the Falcons. Brown puts it over. Garza with another diving play for the Bulldogs. Signs had rotated to the right side this time. Hitting the net now, and a point scored for the Falcons of Los Fresnos. 4-3 game. Halford back to serve. Gets it over, played by the Bulldogs with a back set this time for Signs. Got it in, point scored. Bulldogs back up by 2. 5-3 game. Appreciation to the schools such as Harlingen School District who have signed on as a sponsor for Rio Sports Live, assisting us in, again, expanding our capabilities. It's not just at the schools. That's an ace served in. It's not just the schools allowing us to broadcast the games. It's when schools like Harlingen stepping up to becoming advertising and assisting us in promoting their district. Had a great meeting with Sherryland. Should have that deal signed over the next day or two. In the city of Brownsville, the Brownsville CISD is also entertaining an opportunity to become a sponsor here on Rio Sports Live to assist us in carrying more games. Another point for the Bulldogs, and they're up 4 here in game number 3 of this best-of-5 series. So from the EDCs of the cities to the school districts now jumping in, and then the title sponsors such as Hacienda Ford, there's some momentum right now for Rio Sports Live in a big way. That spike is off the block, and it carries out of bounds. Another point for McHi. Bulldogs up by 5 at 8-3. Football coverage coming your way tonight. Point scored there for the Falcons. Camera's shaking just a bit. Marcus is trying to get the tripod to come back into play. Serve over by the Falcons, played by the Bulldogs. Back set this time, spiked off the block. Played by the Falcons. Back row attack, here's Halford. Good play by the Bulldogs. This is tight, got it down, point scored. Olivia Tight that time on the kill. Ada Sadlier to serve for the Bulldogs. Just gets it over, played by the Falcons, punched over. Bulldogs with a free hit. Back set this time. That's down and in on a kill by Alexa Ramirez. 6-point lead, biggest lead of the day for the Bulldogs. As in games 1 and 2, they were playing come from behind deep into the 20s before losing the first and winning the second. Falcons trying to return the serve. Will, free ball for the Bulldogs. Crowd has suddenly gotten real quiet over here on the home side. That hit carries out of bounds. Point score for the Falcons. Serve over by Mia Brown. Played by the Bulldogs. Free ball for the Falcons. Generally, you see a big finish here. Gallardo reaches back. Nice dig back there. Again, that's Audrey Zamora, the libero for the Bulldogs. Tipped over and a point scored for the Bulldogs of McHi. 11-5 your score. Substituting into the game. Here comes Stella Stembaugh back in for the Falcons on their home court. Back to serve is Maddie Garza. Garza puts it into play. Short serve, diving return by the Lady Falcons. Ball at the net, Garza swings away. Dug by Halford. Set up Gallardo. Block back at you. Godoy turns around. Signs is there to dig that. They'll set it for Signs on the back row. Halford with a pass. High set Gallardo again, this time with the back corner. Kept alive. What a play by Signs. Ball back over on the Falcons side. Set it up on the middle. Godoy tips it over the blockers. Helmkamp tried to punch it up. Nothing doing. Point scored. Falcons of Los Fresnos. Gallardo to serve. Ball right there. Here's Helmkamp off the block. Point scored. McHi. Godoy that time got a little close to Escobar. And as those two got tangled up, that ball was already on him. Serve over by Sabrina Garza. Deep serve. Pass by the Falcons still on that back row. Now here's Halford. Carries out of bounds, trying to look for the angle. 7-point lead for McHi. Bulldogs to serve again as Sabrina Garza to put it into play. Short serve. Falcons at the net. Punch back over. Free ball for the Bulldogs of McHi. Center set. Spiked over. Point scored on a kill by Andrea Tovar. 8-point lead. Game 3 continues. Sabrina Garza to serve again. Gallardo on the return of serve. Halford from her bench got that one. Here come the Bulldogs setting it up on the curl. Played on the back row. Kick kept it alive by Gallardo. How about that play by Ari Gallardo? High set for Signs. Tries to put it away. Does. Gallardo with a highlight reel kick save. Signs with a smash to put it down. It's a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Serve carries out of bounds. Point scored for Los Fresnos. Send a shout out to Celeste Signs watching the game. From Aggieland. Serve over by Cadence Castillo. That's an ace. 15-8 game as Castillo served up the ace. She'll now serve again. just gets it over, played by the Bulldogs on a back set, tipped over. Falcons mounting the offense. Here's Halford, across on the angle, got the point. Halford on the kill. Falcons down by 6. In games 1 and 2, as the Bulldogs facing a similar deficit. Stretch the game into extra frames before falling in game 1 and winning game 2. Halford reaches back for some more. That's in the net on McHi, and a point to Los Fresnos. Lady Falcons to within 5. Next serve by Cadence Castillo. Short serve. Bulldogs play that. This is Helmkamp. Gallardo with a pass. Center set tipped over the blockers. Helmkamp keeps that alive. Back row hits it over. Castillo there to dig it. Garcia couldn't get the right approach on that. Here come the Bulldogs. Ball back over. Bulldogs tip it again and get the point. Nobody ever got their steps right to get an approach for any type of big swing on that rally. Bulldogs up by 6. Back to serve is Audrey Zamora. Gallardo kept that one in play. Garcia tips it over. Here come the Bulldogs on the attack in the center, and Sadlier with a kill. Ada Sadlier extends the lead back to 7 for the Bulldogs. Substitution checks in for Los Fresnos. Here's Elaine Rios. She'll take a spot on the back left defensively. Serve to Gallardo. Rios to Halford. Bulldogs set it up. Here's Signs off the block, got the point. Selena Signs, 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Back to serve is Audrey Zamora. Jump serve, deep serve, carries out of bounds. Point score for the Falcons, 18-11 game. Back at the service line, Clarissa Escobar. Saw some football fans chiming in earlier. We could have, should have, and would have been at the Los Fresnos game last night on the football side of things. Congratulations to them on getting their win on week 1. Yours truly, no one else, yours truly misread a schedule and missed getting a crew set up over there. That one carries out of bounds, 19-11. We'll be the next 2 weeks in a row, we'll have a crew covering the Los Fresnos home football games. Just misread a schedule, that's it. Bulldogs keep this one alive. Ball back over on the Falcons side. Set it up for Jasmine Garcia. Got her steps right that time and produces. When the approach is there for Jasmine Garcia, high percentage of points scored when she hits it. Bulldogs on the attack here. Good set off the left side. Blocked back off the net. Bulldogs one-handed over. Falcons on the attack here. Set it up again for Garcia. Got it down again. Like I said, when she gets her steps right and the approach is there, high percentage of time that score is going in favor of the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. 6-point lead, though, for the Bulldogs. Halford back at the service line. Arcs it over. Bulldogs on the return with a jump back set and Signs down the corner, got it in. Selena Signs on the kill. 7-point lead for McHi. Signs now back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. That's in on an ace. Selena Signs just got it in. 8-point lead, McHi. The winner of this takes control of this series. They'll be up 2-1 and 1 away from winning it. Another ace turned up by Signs. Timeout call, Los Fresnos. 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Back after this.
Go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Quick timeout called, and Paula Dodge over there on the sidelines having a little fun, a smile. And why not? You're on the road. One of your biggest guns isn't here. In a tough place to win no matter who's here. And you're up by 9. Garcia hits it over for the Falcons. Dug by Audrey Zamora. Here comes the play at the net. Gallardo blocks it back. Falcons score the point. 22-14 the game. Substitution is Gio Godoy checks back in the game for the Lady Falcons. Meanwhile, Jasmine Garcia back to serve. Played by the Bulldogs at the net. Tipped over. Godoy. That's Zamora to dig it. Back set this time. That's Zamora off the kill attempt. Or Ramirez, that is. Ball at the net. Set up, and Sadlier got an angle and got the point. Ada Sadlier. That's another sophomore for this Lady Bulldog team. Sadlier back to serve. 9-point game. Jump serve across. Played by the Lady Falcons. Back set for Halford. Tips it over. Played by the Bulldogs off the net, this time on the outside left. Played by Halford. Set up for Gallardo. Back there, Sadlier to dig that. Helmkamp back to Sadlier from the back row. Played by Castillo, and ball goes over and out of bounds. Point McHi. Double-digit lead, the first time I've said that today, and it belongs to the Lady Bulldogs of McHi on the road. Sadlier to serve again, 1 point away from taking game 2. Short serve, Halford with a pass. High set to Godoy, off the hit, played by the back row. They'll back set it on the right side. Ramirez tried to put it away, nothing doing. This is Brown, that's over, in the net called on the Bulldogs. Point, Los Fresnos. 24-15 the score. Mia Brown back to serve. Brown gets it over. Bulldogs set it on a back set right side. Castillo there to dig that. Set it back for Brown on a back row hit. They'll set up off the net this time, Ramirez. Falcons set up right back on the back row for Halford. Signs there to dig that. Helmkamp sets it up, and the kill down in. Olivia Tite wins game 3 for the Bulldogs of McHi. 25-15. Falcons now going to have to dig deep. Bulldogs one away from getting this one on the road. Back after this.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a fifth wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
To help fulfill your retirement needs, come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, we're the Edinburgh Bobcats. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
We're the California Bulldogs, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment.
Back here on Real Sports Live as we get set for Game 4 of this best of 5. And now in order for it to reach Game 5, plus Fresno's Lady Falcons here at home are going to have to find a way to win. They won the first game 26-24. The McHi Bulldogs got Game 2 29-27 and ran away with Game 3. And the first serve here gets us underway in game number 4. And the Bulldogs score the first on a kill by Selena Signs. Signs on the kill. 1-0 Bulldogs as Maddie Helmkamp serves it up. Pass over to Brown. Ball over now on the Bulldogs side again. Set it up middle. Sadlier had a big game 3. This is Halford coming right back at you. And it's played by the Bulldogs. Back over comes Brown. Here comes a middle set. Punched over. Bulldogs keep it alive. Signs again. Nice dig by Gallardo. Halford again coming at you. Dug by Zamora. Back set this time for Garza. Back row there. Castillo digs that. This is Halford again. Tips it off the block this time. Ball back over on the Falcons side. Jump set this time. Punched over. Set again. Middle. Tipped over the blockers. Kept alive. Nothing doing. Point scored. Tie game. 1 apiece. Serve coming up for Clarissa Escobar. Escobar serves it over. Bulldogs set it up at the left side. That's off the block. Back over on the Bulldogs side. Helmkamp sets it up. Signs tips it over. Point scored for the Bulldogs. Not a spot you normally are going to see Signs delivering a hit from. Caught the Lady Falcons off guard. 2-1 lead for McHi. Selena Sign serves it up. Good pass this time. Back set for Halford for the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Set up Olivia Tite. Tite gets the point to score. Olivia Tite from that outside left. 3-1 game. Falcons going to have to find a little extra energy right now. That crowd, which was extremely vocal to start the day's game, is real quiet over there on that Falcons sideline. Falcons can't keep that one alive. Points scored, McHi. They're up 4-1. Paula Dodge over there just imploring her team to continue pushing forward. Seize the momentum, don't let it go. Signs the serve again. Serves up an ace, it's a 5-1 lead. Falcons expended a ton of energy in games 1 and 2. Signs serves it. Diving play keeps that alive for the Falcons. Halford, free hit though, coming up. Set, block back at you, and a point for the Falcons, and a huge kill. They needed that. 5-2 game as Halford's back to serve. Just gets it over. Jump set this time. Sadlier got the point. Ada Sadlier. 6-2 lead as Sadlier will rotate back to serve. Played by the Falcons with a high set in the middle. That's off the block and a point scored on a kill this time by Victoria Hernandez. Hernandez now in the game, rotates back to serve. Gallardo checks in. She'll take the front row outside spot for the Falcons. She'll be outside right. Mia Brown outside left. Godoy in the middle across that front row for the Falcons. This is Brown. Zamora again back there. One of the better liberos in the area at keeping balls in play. There again. Helmkamp sets it up. Kill by Tite. Falcons trying to set up Godoy. Nothing there really for her, just puts it over. Back set this time. Free ball for the Falcons. The pass on the money. The set in the center. Godoy tips it over the block. Played by the Bulldogs. Another free ball as it carries out of bounds. Point Los Fresnos. 6-4 game. Back to serve Victoria Hernandez. Just in the net it goes. Point McHi. Bulldogs up 7-4. Serve over, a knuckleball. Back there played by Castillo. Brown on the swing. Played on the back row by Zamora. They'll set it up to Tite again. Castillo there to dig that. Punched over this time by Gallardo. Back row, that's Helmkamp. She'll put that away. Back row got a hand on it for the Lady Falcons, but nothing doing from there. 8-4 ball game. Reminding you, high school football coming tonight from Sam's Stadium as McHi's Bulldogs will open the season against Brownsville Lopez. Serve over. Played by the Falcons. Ball back over on the McHi side. A high back set this time. Block right back at you. Point Falcons of Los Fresnos. 8-5 game. Mia Brown back to serve. Bulldogs on the return, set it up in the middle. That's out of bounds. Point scored for the Falcons. 2-point game. Mia Brown back to serve. Good pass this time by the Bulldogs. Set it up for Helmkamp. Tate Halford there to dig that. Gallardo puts it over. High back set. Reaching back is Tite. Got the point on another kill by Olivia Tite. 9-6 game. Back to serve is Sabrina Garza. Garza gets it over and serves up an ace. 10-6 your score. McHi on top by 4 points here in game number 3. Check that game 4. Another jump serve. Better pass this time by the Falcons. Center set for Godoy. In the net it goes. Point scored, Bulldogs. Timeout called by the Falcons. Bulldogs up by 5. Back after this.
You add forever memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're Robert Bellows Sabercats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Welcome back here as our coverage continues of high school volleyball on a Saturday. We've got additional games on Friday or Tuesday coming up. Bert and I were scanning out the schedule for the rest of the year on our volleyball coverage, and there's some great matchups coming up. As we'll be bouncing back and forth with System 1 here throughout the Valley. Trying to get Systems 2 and 3 guys doing our games on the football side. All needed a break today. Well, they got it. Halford gets it over. Bulldogs can't return it. Point scored to the Fresnos Falcons. 11-7 your score. Back to serve is Ari Gallardo. Gallardo gets that across. Bulldogs set it up. Spiked down by Signs. Puts that away. Signs on the kill. 5-point game. Zamora to serve. Bulldogs control game 3, winning going away. Falcons have been playing catch up here in game 4. That's off the block, played on the Falcons side. Helmkamp punches that up, set it up center. Sadlier takes it off the net a couple of times. And over, they're off far hits. Points scored for the Bulldogs. Falcons pleading that perhaps that was a block and not a hit. Officials saw it the other way. Zamora to serve. Knuckleballs that one down and in. An ace served up for Zamora. And now a 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. Now they're going to reverse that and call that out off the back row. Falcons get the points. Back to serve, Cadence Castillo. Castillo to serve it up. Before that, substitution in the game is Jasmine Garcia returns to the front row for Los Fresnos. So the firepower's there for the Lady Falcons. Bulldogs have control of the lead, and Signs right at you. Point scored. Selena Signs, another big kill. Substitution is back in the game as Alexa Ramirez for the Lady Bulldogs. Maddie Helmkamp to serve. Gets that across. Ball tipped over. High set for Signs. Got it down. Played by the Falcons. They'll keep it in play. Halford swings away. Point scored. Falcons down by 5. I saw that student section over there, which was a lot of football players, all exiting. Now they're all back, and I know why they were leaving. They were getting something to eat. Serve over by the Falcons. Short play up at the net. Challenge there. Maddie Helmkamp keeps that alive. Signs punches it over. Back set for Halford. Back row there to play that for the Bulldogs. Here's Signs off the double block. Point scored. Blockers were getting in position. Signs got the hit away as they took their last steps forward. And generally when you see that, as the blockers are coming up in the air and moving at the same time towards their position, those hitters can take it and use that to their advantage. Big swing that time by the Bulldogs on that right side outside as Alexa Ramirez showed some power. They set her again. This time it's blocked and a point scored. Back-to-back sets for Ramirez. 7-point lead now for McHi on the road. Selena Signs the serve again. Jump serve over and an ace. 8-point lead. Substitution is Ari Gallardo will check off the bench for the Lady Falcons, trying to return the serves. Meanwhile, Selena Signs ready to serve it up again. Does. Nearly another ace. It is. Signs is just lethal right now, carrying this team with her serves. 9-point lead. Signs the serve again. Short serve played by the Falcons. Free ball coming up for the Bulldogs. Diving play by Zamora. Set up Sadlier off the block. Punched up by Garcia. Castillo back there. Another free ball coming up for the Bulldogs again. Tight this time off the Halford block. Ball at the net. Garcia reaches back. Dug again. Garcia again. Ball still alive. Now the whistle blows. In the net. Bulldogs point Falcons. If you're Los Fresnos, you're here at home, it's time to really dig deep. You got to find that energy. Get this big crowd behind you again. Bulldogs can afford to trade points. Garcia with a block. Ball back alive on the Falcon side. Garcia swings away. Got the point. Jasmine Garcia, point scored. 7-point lead for the Bulldogs of McHi. Halford back to serve. Short serve across. Bulldogs set it up. Here's tight. That's off the block. Point scored. Bulldogs up by 8. Back to serve again. Ada Sadlier. Played by Castillo at the net, too far though. Point scored. The pass carried over the net. Bulldogs able to put it away as Andrea Tovar was right there. 9-point lead for McHi. Sadlier to serve again. Jump serve this time. Carries out of bounds by a narrow margin. Point scored the Lady Falcons as Jasmine Garcia rotates back to serve. Gets that one across, sails it out of bounds. Point scored for the Bulldogs. Checking in to serve is Maddie Garza. Garza to serve here. On the jump serve played by the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Off the net, Godoy puts it over. The pass is forward, the high set. Helmkamp off the block, that's out of bounds. Point scored, Falcons of Los Fresnos. 8-point game. And again, if you're the Bulldogs, you can afford to trade points right here. And you'll walk out of here with a win. Mia Brown back to serve for the Falcons. Good pass this time, a high set. This is Helmkamp off the block. Halford there to dig that. Set it up and punched over by Gallardo. High set in the middle. Brown there to dig that. Gallardo again, free ball coming up for the Bulldogs. A high set, back set for Tight. That's off the Raptors, played by Castillo. Ball back over on the Bulldog side. High set again, this time punched up in the net, and point scored Los Fresnos. 7-point game. Falcons to serve as Mia Brown back at the service line. They're going to challenge that the Bulldogs, they're saying that wasn't a lift. She had a closed fist when she hit that ball. Right now the point stands for the Los Fresnos Falcons. And they'll keep it right there. Brown to serve. Short serve on the pass. That's an ace. Mia Brown serves up an ace. 6-point game. Brown to serve. Another short serve played by the Bulldogs. Set up Helmkamp off the net. That's off the block. Halford there to keep that alive. Ball back on the Bulldogs side. Good pass. Tipped over this time. Falcons scrambling. Can't get it over. Points scored for the Bulldogs of McHi. They're up 7. 3 away from finishing this off. Substitution in the game. Here comes Sabrina Garza in to serve for the Bulldogs. Reminding you, 7 o'clock kickoff tonight of high school football. As the McHi Bulldogs on the road will open the season against Lopez. That's blocked back at you and a point scored for Bulldogs of McHi. 9-point lead for McAllen. Timeout called by Los Fresnos.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Back here after the timeout, and the Bulldogs serve up an ace and now lead 24-15 in game 4. Check that, 24-14, and a chance to win this going away. The serve over. Brown on the pass. Ball played by the Falcons over the net. Bulldogs looking to put it away here. Signs. Halford on a nice dig. Falcons trying to stave off a game point. Ball still alive. High set this time, reaching back. Godoy, that's blocked. Right back at you. Here's another set on the net. Bulldogs can't make the play. Point scored for the Falcons. Shauna Ruiz asks, where's Lexi? She's on an official college visit today. So the Bulldogs are doing this without Lexi Gonzalez. High set for Signs. Punched and kept alive by the Falcons, but here come the Bulldogs right back at you. Back set this time. That's off the block on a kill attempt by Tovar. Another free ball coming up. You can't keep giving this team chances. That's off the block. Point scored. Game over. Bulldogs get the win. They just kept coming and ended up getting the win here in this one. Final score 25-15. McHi, impressive victory here in this one. Lady Falcons won the first one 26-24. The next 3 belong to the McHi Lady Bulldogs. Showing again, they have another gear when pressed. They lost their first game of the season to Laredo Alexander. and have run the table since, including an impressive win here without the services of Lexi Gonzalez. Coach Paula Dodge said she had to have some players step up, and indeed she did here today. Our player of the game, our She's Got It award, will go to none other than Selena Sines, the 5'8" sophomore outside hitter. Brought the extra firepower needed today for the Bulldogs. It was an all-out effort, a team win, but our Hacienda Ford, she has it. Player of the game goes to Selena Sines. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. That's going to do it. DeMarcus and I haven't eaten yet. We're going to go try to find something to eat and then take a little bit of a break and then get ready for football tonight, as we'll be back on the air for a 7 o'clock kickoff between McHi and Lopez. Our thanks again to our sponsors, such as Hacienda Ford, our title sponsor, one of our title sponsors, Alpha Men's Primary Care, South Padre Island, City of San Benito, and VTX One Cable, some of our flagship sponsors assisting us in broadcasting the game. That's going to do it for this one. Till next time, from Rio Sports Live, good night.